Good morning, friends. Today we will critically analyze the poem Enterprise by Nissim Ezekiel. Nissim Ezekiel is one of the most celebrated Indian English poets. He was born in Bombay in 1924. His father was a professor of botany and geology, and his mother was a school teacher. Both of them were English and Marathi speaking Indian Jews. So you will find that in his poetry is known for secular values. So now, critical analysis of Enterprise. So see, there are certain points. We will analyze the poem through these points. Enterprise embodies a pilgrimage. The first stage of pilgrimage is comparable to that of Edenic innocence. You will find in the analysis that the second stage of pilgrimage faces the difficulties and obstacles. And in the third stage, you will find that it is full of differences among the enterprises. And the fourth stage faces criticism and assaults. So this poem, Enterprise, is included in the Unfinished Man, which is one of the well-known poems of Ezekiel. It embodies a pilgrimage. It is very difficult to say what sort of pilgrimage it is. It may be a pilgrimage of life, poetry, or quest for some hidden truths or wisdom. In this poem, a group of people, including the poet himself, start the enterprise as a pilgrimage. The enterprisers start on a note of hope, and their minds are full of exalting thoughts. So it is symbolic of Edenic innocence, the very first stage. It may be compared to that of Edenic innocence. At this stage, the enterprisers are full of innocence and enthusiasm. They are not at all aware of the hostile forces in and out which they may face in their journey. Their race, the passion behind the enterprise, the enthusiasm, the gusto is equaled by the heat of the sun. The sun implies the tortures and agonies, the initial obstacles, the difficulties the enterprisers pass through. Now comes the second stage. I have already told you, the second stage of the pilgrimage faces difficulties and obstacles. So the second stage marks the second stage. In the second stanza, you will find that this is the second stage of the enterprise. The narrator thinks that the enterprisers rise to the occasion and face all the difficulties and obstacles very well. The things that the enterprisers see and experience cover different aspects of life. The enterprisers may be writers. They take copious notes. They are very, very particular about the things, okay? They can take copious notes of what they observe. First of all, they put in writing the things peasants sell and buy. As the peasants deal with products of nature, the enterprisers deal with nature in their own way. Then they note the way of the serpents and of the goats. 3 cities where a sage had taught. The poet makes use of symbols to convey the different experiences of the enterprises. The serpent, that is symbolic of Saturn. Serpent represents evil. The goat is symbolic of lust. So, in the words of Ezekiel himself, while the sage wisdom, the initial experiences of the enterprisers cover the material, physical, spiritual aspects of life. Now we come to the third stanza. In the third stanza, he is talking about the third stage, and it is full of the differences among the enterprises. So the third stanza, beginning with but halts the positive gains of the enterprisers, the differences among the enterprisers crop up. They differ on a very, very small things, like how to cross a desert patch. That is the area of spatial difficulties. The result is that they lose a friend, the best of our batch. And a line from the poem. Sacrifices have to be made to pursue an enterprise, but the discord prevails. They are unable to cope up. They are unable. The struggle, the difficulties, the differences grow so much that they are unable to proceed further. That's all for today. We will continue.